The fox spirit, despite her own shortcomings, falls in love with a young man and would stop at nothing to win him over. It is time to step inside Kanokon's universe, so gather your anti-demon seals, self-defense whistle, and literature on Japanese mythology. As Kouta Yamada heads to school, he encounters Chizuru Minamoto, who hugs him effusively in the middle of the street, which embarrasses him due to the pressure of her breasts against him and the fact that others can see what is going on, which for some reason is as if it encourages the young woman to hug him more, ignoring what others say. Akane Asahina, Kouta's class delegate, tries to interfere, though she can't fight Chizuru's persistence, though Akane blames it on him. The rest of the classmates show up and are surprised that someone who seems as shy as Kouta would be so direct with Chizuru at school. Akane tells Kouta that if he doesn't like being bullied by Chizuru, he should tell him directly, while the rest of the class wonders why someone as beautiful as the young girl follows Kouta around so much. But no one knows, not even our protagonist. In the corridors of the school, Chizuru realizes that Kouta is too shy, so he must change his strategy to be with him. While thinking about what to do, Chizuru runs into a teacher who calls her a delinquent and asks her if she is still after Kouta, so she angrily leaves. In another room of the school, a group of students are offended by Chizuru's actions, but their leader orders them to wait and see what happens, so they angrily leave the classroom. Later, during the lunch, Chaos doesn't get any food, but Chizuru's brother Taira treats him to some of his flavored bread. Chizuru shows up and turns the situation awkward until a gust of wind blows through the halls, drawing the attention of the students and distracting Taira, who goes in search of some students. After her brother leaves, Chizuru gives Kouta a love letter, asking him to go to the music room. In the music room, Chizuru confesses his love to Kouta and kisses him on the mouth. Our protagonist first kiss when an embarrassed Kouta opens his eyes. He is surprised to realize that the girl standing in front of him is different from the Chizuru he knows. For now, Chizuru has bright blonde hair and fox ears and tail, thus revealing to him that she is actually a kitsune, a fox spirit. She tries to convince him that she is just a cosplay, but finally admits the truth. Chizuru becomes sad as now her friend is afraid of her, so she must run away from school to keep her secret. But he tells her that he doesn't care as she is beautiful anyway, which she understands as permission to throw herself at him and try to have sex with Kouta. However, Taira, Chizuru's younger brother, soon interferes and tries to tell them that their relationship is dangerous. She tells him that she has everything under control and that she loves the human, which she proves by giving him a kiss and disappearing inside, who's leaving only her clothes lying on the floor. Chizuru possesses Kouta for a while and conjures a huge flame that blows Taira outside, leaving a huge hole in the school building and proving that being inside her beloved, she is stronger than ever and won't let anyone separate them. Chizuru returns to normal and declares her love to Kouta, whose life from now on will change forever. Two mysterious youngsters roll into town on motorcycles, and the first thing they notice is a familiar scent in the wind. They part ways for now, with the younger girl heading to our hero's school. Now that Chizuru has nothing to hide from her beloved, she's more unbearable than ever and doesn't care about showing her affection even in the middle of the street, which annoys Kouta. While trying to escape from Chizuru, Kouta bumps into a girl his age who's eating at a street-side restaurant. The girl is devouring her food, ignoring the vendor asking her to pay. Our hero senses she's a spirit like Chizuru and offers to pay for her meal, only to realize he doesn't have enough money. The quiet girl pays for her own food without any issues. She introduces herself as Nozomu Azumori and thanks him for giving him some food, even taking a moment to sniff him, promising to remember his scent. That night could have pondered this new world of spirits and magic as someone watched him from afar. The next morning, Kouta wakes up to find Chizuru in his room having slept beside him, which annoys him. He asks her to return the room key. Once again, she pounces on him in the street, but at his request, she creates a sealed force field that allows them to be alone without anyone bothering them. However, Nozomu walks by nonchalantly destroying the field, exposing them and embarrassing Kouta, although Chizuru doesn't care and is instead intrigued by Nozomu's presence. That same morning, Nozomu shows up in Kouta's class and clings to him, much to Chizuru's displeasure, who also jumps on him in front of their classmates. She's introduced as a transfer student from Mokkaido named Nozomu Azumori, and when it comes time to choose her seat, she sits next to Kouta in the teacher's lounge. Chizuru is tied to a chair, trying to escape to confront the new student, but her teacher tells her it's for her own good, explaining that Nozomu isn't an ordinary person, but belongs to a powerful wolf clan. This information alarms Chizuru, who rushes to find her beloved and confronts Nozomu, declaring that Kouta is hers, but the wolf girl has decided she wants him for herself. Nozomu keeps interfering with Chizuru's plans to get close to Kouta due to her own desires for him, endangering our hero's well-being. While Chizuru relaxes in the bathtub, her brother Taira gets a visit from Nozomu and decides to have a bit of fun at his friend's expense. That morning, Kouta wakes up to find Chizuru in his room again, as the fox spirit decided to honor him with breakfast. With no other options and breakfast ready, Kouta tries the food only to discover that Chizuru confused salt with sugar, making everything much sweeter than it should be. On their way to school, Chizuru apologizes for the mix-up, but Kouta, noticing the cuts on her fingers from the relaxing cooking experience, tells her the breakfast was delicious, which cheers her up. They walk happily together, but Kouta accidentally bumps into Nozomu, which makes the fox jealous knowing it wasn't an accident at all. At school, Nozomu's behavior irritates Chizuru, who gets furious with her brother when he tells her he gave the wolf girl one of her female magazines to learn some tricks. In a rage, Chizuru throws a desk at her brother, sending him to the infirmary. Meanwhile, a group of students is closely watching Chizuru and Nozomu's recent activities. Kouta becomes the prize in a food battle between Chizuru and Nozomu, but neither of them knows how to cook well, and Kouta suffers being forced to eat their terrible culinary experiments. In the teacher's office, the principal warns the girls to tone it down, or he'll take more drastic measures. While the girls are being reprimanded, the student group enters the room, and their leader, Kunada, reminds them of the spirit's rules. They shouldn't form relationships with humans, although he clarifies he has no issues with it. There might be other spirits in the school who do. The food contest continues and each dish gets worse, eventually sending our hero to the infirmary. Later, Chizuru and Kouta are attacked by Omi Kiriyama, a falciform weasel spirit, against their relationship. Kouta takes the hit for Chizuru and falls unconscious, much to Kiriyama's horror, as attacking humans is strictly forbidden. Feeling guilty, Kiriyama tries to help Kouta by having Myosukeb, a fraud, make frog oil. Despite being a frog spirit, Chizuru can't help but get closer to Kouta by rubbing the oil on him with her body. But Nozomu joins in, causing Kouta to panic again. Back at school, a fight breaks out between Chizuru and Nozomu. Kouta, remembering his friend's advice to speak directly, yells at Chizuru, reprimanding her, which makes her cry and run away. Feeling guilty, Kouta chases after her, only to quickly discover that Chizuru was pretending and just wanted to spend some playful time with Kouta. Days continue as usual, if as usual means Chizuru and Nozomu taking every chance they get to pester Kouta. Tired of fighting for Kouta's love and determined to defeat her rival Nozomu, Chizuru convinces her brother to break into a forbidden supply room filled with possessed and sealed objects at school and steal a cursed bunny suit. During class, Chizuru appears in front of Kouta, crying because she can't remove the bunny suit. For some reason, this attracts a lot of attention from their classmates. Though this worries her, she enjoys the fact that Kouta likes it. In the teacher's office, Chizuru and her brother are scolded for breaking into the supply room. The teacher explains that the suit is cursed, containing the soul of a spider demon that feeds on the wearer's life. The teacher promises to find a way to help Chizuru, but tells her she has to endure it until they can thoroughly investigate, meaning she must wear the scandalous suit in the meantime. Chizuru's plan backfires. She only wanted to catch Kouta's attention, but now everyone at school is staring at her, making her uncomfortable, especially with all the wild theories about the suit. That night, Chizuru decides to stay at Kouta's house to avoid attracting attention on her way home and to spend more time with him. However, her plan goes awry when Nozomu joins the sleepover along with Taira, Akane, and the rest of their friends who don't trust Kouta to be alone with Chizuru, although it should be the other way around. The next day, on their way to school, Chizuru faints because the demon in the suit is training her life force in the school infirmary. Akane takes the logical approach and decides that if Chizuru can't take off the suit, the best solution is to cut it off. She grabs scissors and prepares to cut the suit open. However, the demon fights back, transforming Akane's clothes into a sexy nurse outfit, and does the same with all the other girls' clothes in the school. The suit then changes all the students' clothes into cliché cosplay outfits and tries to kill Chizuru, but she and Kouta team up, freeing Chizuru from the evil suit and destroying it once and for all. The next day, everything returns to normal, and Chizuru jokes that the only good thing about the whole ordeal was that she got to stay at Kouta's place. She wonders if she should get another suit. Meanwhile, Nozomu's young companion returns to the city on his motorcycle, while Chizuru is once again harassing Kouta under the privacy of a magical shield on the school rooftop. Kouta notices the shield has been destroyed by a very powerful spirit. The spirit reveals himself as Saku Azamori, a wolf spirit Nozomu's older brother and someone with a past connection to Chizuru, as he seems to know her well. In the school cafeteria, Sokka tells our heroes that he's visiting his sister and shows interest in Chizuru, whom he hasn't seen in a long time, and now finds grown enough to catch his attention. However, Chizuru only has eyes for Kouta, embarrassing him once again. Sokka realizes that such displays of affection can be problematic, so he decides to give our protagonist a gift. Sokka places a bracelet on Kouta's that inflicts severe pain if he gets excited, which, if you've been paying attention, happens all day. Chizuru worries that her usual flirtatious behavior might end up killing him. Saku confesses that his motivation is jealousy, as he's attracted to Chizuru and doesn't like seeing her so affectionate with someone else. He even declares his love for her, which she rejects. Chizuru manages to contain her feelings for a few days with great self-control, to the point where she starts experiencing withdrawal symptoms and becomes violent towards her brother, who tries to help her. At a request, Taira plans a way to free Kouta from the curse and seeks help from his fellow Spirit Steady group members, who agree to assist. While Chizuru is tied up in a schoolroom to prevent her from going after Kouta, Taira and Kiriyama try to negotiate with Nozomu's brother to remove the bracelet, resorting to violence when negotiations fail. However, they soon discover he is extremely powerful, and even together they can't hurt him. Chizuru later joins the fight, but is defeated by the powerful wolf despite using all her strength at school. Nozomu hears her brother's victorious howl and tells Kouta that Chizuru is in danger. Kouta arrives at the battle scene and finds all his friends defeated, hugging Chizuru tightly. Saku approaches Kouta and Chizuru tells him to run, but Nozomu steps in her brother's way. Kouta and Chizuru combine their powers and use their immense strength to defeat Nozomu's brother in a single attack. Saku keeps his word and removes the bracelet from Kouta's wrist, freeing him from the curse. The wolf retreats, asking his sister what she wants to do, and she replies that she wants to stay by Kouta's side. They part on friendly terms until next time. However, on his way out, Saku stops to talk with two mysterious women, warning them that he won't repeat his actions and acknowledging that the power they speak of is indeed real. It's New Year's, and while Kouta enjoys a quiet time at home alone as his only relative is a grandfather living elsewhere, Chizuru invites herself over and tries to spice things up by distracting him while he writes, even stripping off her kimono to reveal a school swimsuit. As they prepare to go to the New Year's Eve party, Taira tries to muster the courage to invite Ecchi to the festival but doesn't manage to do so. At Kouta's house, our heroes play a love dice game where the players must perform risque actions on each other. Kouta has no choice but to play, but he soon realizes that the game is rigged and all the dice roll. Favorite Chizuru Nozomu appears at the end and interferes with Chizuru's plans, and Kouta suggests they all go to participate in the Hatsa mode. At the shrine, they meet Chizuru's brother and other school friends. Everyone is fond and makes New Year wishes with the girls, wishing for Kouta's love. Taira also gets his fortune, which doesn't look too promising regarding women, but he's thrilled when he accidentally meets Ecchi at the festival. Ecchi, unaware of Taira's feelings for her, makes him promise to take care of her in the upcoming school year, as he is her senior, and he agrees. At the end of the day at the shrine, humans and spirits all return to Kouta's house to continue celebrating. Winter is coming, and with it, the snow. On their way to school, our protagonists encounter a mysterious young woman dressed as a ninja, and Chizuru seems to know her. In class, Kouta wonders who this young woman is when Nozomu enters and senses the presence of another spirit on him. In the schoolyard, Chizuru talks to the ninja named Yukihana, a Yukihana from Chizuru's family. Yukihana has heard about Chizuru's relationship with a human and disapproves, but Chizuru insists this case is different and that they are destined to be together. Yukihana remains unconvinced. In the classroom, Taira here could have described the mysterious woman, and recognizing her, she warns that they could all be in danger. Sure enough, Yukihana decides to test the bond between Chizuru and could have by creating a powerful snowstorm around the school, trapping everyone inside. Some of the students' spirits suffer from the cold, as many are animal spirits that hibernate like bears and frogs, so they immediately go to sleep. While the students try to stay warm, Kouta, Chizuru, Nozomu, and Taira search for Yuki Hana. The ninja uses her powers to summon an army of snowmen after a fight, where Taira once again proves his ineptitude. The snowmen captured Chizuru's brother, and the rest fled to a nearby classroom where Chizuru and Nozomu use their bodies to warm Kouta. Yes, exactly how it sounds. So we can't show that. The other students try to cope with the cold in their own ways, sharing food and creating makeshift shelters. Yuki Hana finally appears, and while Chizuru and Kouta try to escape, Yuki Hana traps Nozomu in a snowball. As our heroes run through the schoolyard, Kouta's body can't withstand the low temperatures, and he collapses. Yuki Hana mocks the fragile human, but Chizuru kisses him, merging with her beloved. Chizuru and Kouta combine, showing the strength of their bond, prompting Yuki Hana to stop the snowstorm. She informs them that her mission was not to attack them, which was her decision, but rather to deliver a message. Chizuru's mother wants her to bring Kouta back to her hometown. Kouta, Chizuru, Nozomu, Taira, and some classmates visit a hot spring resort run by Tamamo, Chizuru's mother. Tamamo warmly welcomes everyone, especially Kouta, whom she is very interested in getting to know better. A situation that in this series is either something to worry about or be very happy about. No in between. During a highly censored sequence involving backwashing, it is revealed that Chizuru's mother is none other than the nine-tailed fox deity Tamamo Gnome. The two women argue with Chizuru, asking her mother not to seduce her beloved, to which Tamamo responds that they will see if their destiny is to be together. During dinner, Chizuru is conspicuously absent, part of her mother's plan, as she has been locked in a barrel. Tamo decides to test the bond between Kouta and Chizuru with a special drink that makes two people fall in love. Unfortunately, this happens between Kouta and Nozomu. Chizuru arrives too late, and Kouta has already drunk the potion, falling in love with Nozomu. Her mother explains that there's nothing she can do but wait for the effect to wear off. Taira learns about the potion's power and tries to use it to make a cane fall in love with him, but she falls for the bottle instead, resulting in two jokes: a guy trying to use a love potion without the girl knowing, and a girl with drinking problems while the hormones run wild. Tim almost converses with two guests who turn out to be the women Saku was talking to earlier. She apologizes for the trouble, but they say there's nothing to apologize for. The night proceeds with Kouta and Nozomu trying to have a moment alone, with Chizuru constantly interfering and trying to seduce Kouta, but she doesn't succeed and spends the entire night getting in their way. In the end, Kouta recovers and reconciles with Chizuru. When the group returns to the city, Tamamo entrusts Chizuru to Kouta. As they leave, Yuki Hana asks Tamamo if it could have passed the test, and she replies that she can't believe he overcame the power of the nine-tailed cocktail. A young girl and a mysterious woman spy on Kouta's house, disapproving of his relationship with Chizuru. Things get complicated when the girl refers to Kouta as Big Brother. In the field, Ai and Ren, twin classmates of our heroes, fight a centipede-like creature, revealing themselves as spirit hunters. The creature is about to escape, but the woman knew the girl's bodyguard electrocuted and killed the monster. The twins' master explains that the girl, Minori Matama, and her spirit bodyguard knew they needed the hunter services to seal a dangerous spirit haunting their school. Minori reveals that the spirit in question is Chizuru, offering them a substantial reward for sealing her powers. The girls accept the offer as demon hunting doesn't pay well, and they are very poor. The next day, the twins try to destroy Chizuru using a cartoonish bomb, but she senses the danger and escapes, leaving the twins to bear the brunt of their own bomb. Later, the unscathed twins, revealing the bomb was ineffective, devised a plan to seal Chizuru's powers. During lunch, they drug her, only to find out it makes Chizuru's breasts disappear. Shocked by her loss and feeling her personality can't compensate, Chizuru desperately seeks a cure. Even Kouta admits their relationship isn't the same without this significant feature, prompting Chizuru to take desperate measures. She enlists the help of Kouta, Nozomu, and Taira during a brainstorming session. Chizuru and her desperation don't reject any ideas, sending her brother on a worldwide quest for miracle cures while she, Kouta, and Nozomu stay at school, performing exercises and massages. Meanwhile, the twins continue using their useless bombs, failing miserably. Meanwhile, Minori prepares to take Kouta from Chizuru and declare war on the entire school, summoning a legion of monsters to achieve her goal. As Minori prepares for war, our heroes remain oblivious to the impending threat and continue to focus on the more pressing issue of Chizuru's breasts. The twins keep blowing themselves up while Taira returns from his world travels after facing countless dangers, only to be scolded by Iconic for missing 3 days of school and class. Taira hands over all the elixirs and miracle cures he found to his sister, but she isn't impressed and ignores him. The group prepares the elixirs, but none of them have any effect. The twins, who have been spying on Chizuru and company, start to wonder if they are really as bad as they were led to believe. Chizuru decides to clear her head by going out for lunch and invites her friends to a family restaurant. Nozomu smells the twins' presents, and Chizuru invites AI and Ren to join them. The twins, who have never been to a restaurant, are amazed by the place, the food, and Chizuru's generosity being very poor. This has a significant impact on them, and they regret the whole potion situation. Later, the twins meet with Minori and Nu, asking to be released from they are repeatedly electrocuted by Nu and left incapacitated. The next day, Minori summons demons to attack the school. The school is protected by a powerful seal, but it won't last long. The spirit students prepare to fight, while a magical snow puts the human students to sleep instantly. The students are strong enough to defeat most of the demons, but they are no match for Nu, who defeats everyone in her path. Nu enters and takes down Nozomu, who, despite her power, is no match for the bird woman. Chu then chases Kouta and Chizuru into a classroom. With no other options, Chizuru fights Nu, but without her powers stands no chance. Cornered, Kouta refuses to let Chizuru die and discovers his fox powers. Kouta merges with Chizuru, transforming into a 5-tailed black fox. They defeat Nu and Minori, who flee, with Minori vowing to claim Kouta someday. Chizuru's breasts and therefore her spiritual powers are restored. Chizuru, Kouta, Taira, Nozomu, and their friends visit a beach known only to spirits. After some trouble changing and a failed attempt at sunbathing, they discover a nearby beach house called Tamanoya, run by none other than Tamamo and Yukiana. Chizuru's mother, who has decided to become a disruptive force in her daughter's life, serves the group food but prioritizes Kouta, giving him a seafood ramen dish she insists he share with her. Seeing Tamamo trying to win Kouta's affection again, Chizuru has a fit of rage but calms down when Tamamo tells Kouta to also feed Chizuru. Back at the beach, the group enjoys a barbecue and fireworks, but Chizuru is annoyed because she can't be alone with Kouta as Nozomu constantly hovers around. Later, Chizuru meets her mother, who asks how things are going, and she begs her to stop interfering between her and Kouta. When Chizuru returns to the beach, she discovers that Akane has gotten into trouble, drifting too far from the shore and risking drowning. Kouta tries to rescue her but hesitates as he can't swim, so Taira steps in without hesitation and saves her. When Akane wakes up, the group informs her that Taira is her savior, and she thanks him, becoming more friendly and inviting him to eat with her by the bonfire. At night, the group has dinner, but Chizuru remains frustrated because she can't spend time alone with her beloved. While the rest of the group plays with fireworks, Chizuru asks Kouta to take a walk with her on the beach under the stars. She finally asks him what he feels for her. Time passes, and it's time to return to school. As they walk, Kouta and Chizuru talk, and he mentions that she should meet his grandfather someday, which she takes as an invitation. He quickly clarifies that it's not. She asks why not since he already met her family, but Kouta replies that he's not ready to take that step yet. Chizuru wants Kouta to tell her he loves her and answer the question she asked him the day on the beach, but he remains hesitant. Chizuru tries various methods to make him say it, but becomes frustrated. Taira asks Akane out on a date and she sets, but she wants to go to an art gallery instead of an amusement park. Chizuru remembers that on the day at the beach, Kouta didn't get to answer because their friends arrived, so she decides the only way to get an answer is if they are alone. She tries to arrange a solo date with him, but fails repeatedly. Finally, she decides to drop the subtleties and throws herself at Kouta, scaring him a bit. He doesn't know how to respond, which hurts her, and she runs off crying. Kouta admits he loves Chizuru when he sees her crying in the rain on the bridge where they first met under a sun shower, which is traditionally known as a fox wedding. Kouta and Chizuru become lovers, and Nozomu Bursen says she accepts their relationship and will also be Kouta's lover, which, to Kouta's dismay, Chizuru accepts. Thus, the series ends, leaving several mysteries unresolved. What is Minori planning? Why is Kouta so special? And will anyone teach Chizuru that sometimes no means no? Please leave a comment if you enjoyed my overview. I appreciate you viewing my anime recap, Unruly Family. Please let me know what you think about this anime recap by liking, sharing, and commenting. And please subscribe to the channel to help us reach 5,000 subscribers.
Take you